What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm gonna be taking a look at the Buffalo Bills offense. Just making sure that's working. And before we do that, I want to look at the numbers against the Patriots, their most recent game. Josh Allen threw for 320 yards and 4 touchdowns, and then ran for another 35 yards. Zach Moss had 57 yards rushing and a touchdown. Devin Singletary had 36 yards himself. That pair right there can be kind of scary. Zach Moss more of the power back. Devin Singletary the more elusive guy. Stephon Diggs is terrifying. Hopefully Xavier Howard can kind of take him away. Yeah, they got some scary weapons, man. And I don't think that they should bench their starters. I mean, they might do it, but they shouldn't, because they still have the possibility of taking the second seed. Because really, right now, between them and Pittsburgh, the only way that they don't take it is if Pittsburgh wins and the Bills lose. Because obviously, they're tied right now, so if the Bills win and the Steelers lose, the Bills take it, obviously, because they'll have a game over them. And if they both win, the Bills have the tiebreaker over them because they played each other and the Bills beat them. So, they shouldn't rest their starters, and neither should Pittsburgh. And, I mean, Pittsburgh's playing against the Browns, so that's not an easy matchup either. So, I mean, both teams are playing against teams that are possibly going to be in the playoffs. So, let's just go ahead and get into the film now. And this should be a decent look as well, because New England's defense isn't as good as Miami's this year, but it is a similar type of defense. So, This is one thing I definitely want to try to do as much as possible, is swarm their running backs. Josh Allen definitely can beat you with his arm, but I don't want to also allow them to run all over us. If we can at least eliminate one threat, hopefully we can do that. And I'm hoping that Xavier Howard can have a good day against Stephon Diggs. That would be great. Or Byron. I would put Xavier on him, but maybe Byron. Hopefully we can get a couple turnovers this game, too. Because I do realize that we actually did get a turnover, technically, the fumble on kickoff at the very end of the game. But that sort of counts, so I guess it kind of keeps the streak alive. But it wasn't the defense doing it, it was special teams. And it was like a hook and ladder situation, so it's kind of hard to count that. I couldn't say anything about that yet. So right now, what I'm noticing is they're like, well, granted, New England does a lot of man coverage stuff like we do, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of this. They're doing a lot of bunch formations and stuff like that. They're not really spreading out. They're kind of keeping everything in close, which is interesting. I mean, against a lot of man coverage, that definitely makes sense. And don't be surprised if they do that to us, too. Like they did to us the first game. Just hopefully our pass rush is better. Should be. So we weren't really generating any pass rush that game. We are now. I kind of feel like I did against Kansas City. Like, what do we really attack? I mean, at least I can develop some kind of strategy. Because, like, Kansas City, they had so many damn weapons. Like, how do you cover them? But here, I mean, hopefully X can take away Stephon Diggs. Or at least limit him. And then if we put Eric Rowe on Knox, that should be fine. I know he had a really rough day last week, but there's a big gap between Knox and Darren Waller. Knox is a pretty good tight end, but he's not Darren Waller or Travis Kelce. So I think he should be fine. And then I guess either Nick Needham or Byron would be on Beasley, I guess. And then hopefully we can keep the running backs at bay. And hopefully we can keep Josh Allen from scrambling all over us. Those are my hopes. One second, I want to do something real quick. This is what I was wanting to look at real quick. Is some of their season stats. Not so much the passing game, not so much the what Josh Allen did, because I kind of have an idea of that. I didn't realize he ran for 400 yards. I mean, it makes sense though. Together, the two running backs have 1,000 yards. But as far as the receivers go, Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley are definitely the two most scary. But yeah, even the tight ends, like, they only have 22 catches on the season. Croft's only got 12. The only two receivers that have gotten significant numbers are Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley. So I feel like if we can guard them, I think we can be okay. Personally, what I would like to do, because Cole Beasley's good, but he's not necessarily that fast. He's just a really good route runner. I'd put Xavier Howard on Stephon Diggs to try to take him away. And then, depending on the situation, either put Byron or Nick Needham on Cole Beasley, because I think Nick can keep up with Cole, so he should be okay. And then Byron would be better against like John Brown or Gabriel Davis because they're a little bit faster. That's what I would do. And then hopefully we can generate some pass rush. All right, here, now they're spreading it out a little bit. And they run the ball when they do. Interesting. Hopefully we can limit this as much as possible, too. Try to keep the run contained as much as possible. This is going to be a tough game. Their offensive line is pretty solid, too. This isn't going to be as long as, obviously, my Dolphins film sessions. These never are. I just like to try to get a general idea of what to do against them. I might move on to a different game here shortly. I might even watch their first game against us. Yeah, let's do that. Because I'm noticing a trend here with their offense. Let me... No, I need to go to film search. No. I need Buffalo Bills, go. Here we are. Oh, this is getting into last year. Okay. That's why that was throwing me off. Okay. Let's take a look at their offense. Let's actually take a look at the numbers of this game. They didn't actually run the ball that well against us either, which is surprising. I don't remember that. But Josh Allen threw all over us. 24 for 35, 417 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs had a huge day. John Brown actually had a pretty good day against us, so that might be something to consider. And like I said, he is a little faster than Beasley. I wouldn't mind Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, Nick Needham. Just because I don't know if Nick can keep up with John Brown. Even though Cole is better than him. He's just not faster. But, yeah, let's take a look at some of the offense against us. So, pretty different here. I don't know if we're gonna see as much of that this game. Yeah, see, they murdered us with bunch formations this game, and we were putting Noah Igbinoghene on Stephon Diggs. That definitely won't be the case this game. I mean, I do get it, though, because X was hurt. And Byron was out, and Xavier Howard was playing, but he was hurt. See, right there, though, is kind of what I'm hoping to try to do, is have Nick on Cole Beasley, kind of like that. Maybe not the whole game. Maybe have Byron on him sometimes. I just don't really want him on John Brown too much. Just because I'm worried about John Brown's speed. Because that is the one issue with Nick Needham, is he's not that fast. So look at that, right? That's not bad coverage right here. Look at Nick Needham stuck to Cole Beasley pretty effectively there. He's actually not bad in man coverage. He's just not that fast. So if he's up against Cole Beasley, I think he might be okay. Cole Beasley will probably get his on him, but overall I think he'll be okay. And hopefully we can stop the crossing routes too. And I would like to mix in at least a little bit of zone. That way they can't just slaughter us with bunch formations and crossing routes like they did. Because that makes it very easy to win the game. That's not even fair. To be fair, though, I mean, it wasn't terrible coverage. I mean, he stuck to him, but I think Noah still needs to develop more. Hopefully Van Noy can finish that in a situation like this. I don't mind him missing, though. I also don't mind Jerome Baker guarding one of the tight ends either once in a while. I think Eric Rowe should do it for the most part, but I don't hate the idea of him doing that sometimes, especially if they're going 4 wide or something. Good job there from Noah. This is something I want to see a lot of right here. Communication. This is one of the biggest things about defense. Look at Kyle Van Noy and Christian Wilkins communicating before the play. That's what I want to see. Yeah, bunch formation and then a crossing route. Yep. Hopefully we can limit that as much as possible. And keep in mind that Xavier Howard was hurt this game. He was just playing through it. Hopefully if we end up in similar situations, hopefully he can keep up with him a little more. Recover. And hopefully we can limit him doing this as much as possible too. He's gonna get his, like that's just a given. It's a tough matchup, man. Bills are a solid team. There's a reason they are where they are. But I think that if we can try to limit Stephon Diggs as much as possible by putting X on him this time. Definitely don't put Noah on him. We don't need to. I think we should be relatively okay there. Stephon Diggs will probably get a couple on him, but I think X will do pretty well. Put Byron on Beasley if it's just 2 receivers out there, then put him on Beasley. If they have more than just 2 receivers, then let Nick Needham cover Cole Beasley, and then let Byron cover one of the faster guys. Like I said, Eric Rowe probably on Knox. Jerome Baker can do that in a pinch too, and he can also cover Tyler Croft if needed. Again, I don't want him doing it too much, but I think in a pinch, I think it'll be okay. It's a tough matchup, man, because Josh Allen's playing very, very well this year. Hopefully we can limit his scrambling as much as possible. Hopefully we can get pass rush. It's going to be a tough game. I don't think it's a game that's impossible to win. I definitely don't. I think that if we play to our best abilities, I think we can compete with anybody. We've seen that against Kansas City, the way we started to come back at the end. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate you hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.